Welcome to a special preseason edition of the Tim and Chuck Show, presented by Bat and Stevens Body Shop. I am Tim McDonough, joined by my esteemed colleague Chuck Martinez-Brandon. We are here at Frickers of Defiance, our host for the show once again for 2015. Chuck, we got a nice spread out here today.
Man, I'm telling you, it's eat a little bit and then go do a football practice. That sounds like fun.
That sounds like fun to me too. Chuck, as most people know, you are the defensive coordinator for the Ayersville Pilots. Yeah. 8 days until the high school football season kicks off. Napoleon, Defiance. Yeah. How about 9 days till your Pilots kick off? How much work you guys have left to do?
Oh, there's still a lot of work to do. You know, every day we always have coaches meetings and we talk about all the things that we need to get done. And it just seems like it's an ever-expanding list when you're trying to play up here and be perfect. You know, you really you got to focus on the little things every day to get yourselves better. And at this point, you know, a lot of people still have one scrimmage left. So it's focusing on yourself and just getting better.
Well, it's definitely a fun time of the year. We're back. And we're joined by a couple of special guests today, Chuck.
That's right.
To your right, we have Crescent-News sports editor Bruce Hefflinger. And to my left, we have Aaron Gross. He's a sports writer for Defiance. Chuck, you got a question for Bruce?
Yeah, Bruce, you know what? You guys were putting the wraps on your special football edition. Who are some of the top teams that you think might vie for league titles this year, maybe even the playoffs?
Well, it looks like similar to last year, a lot of the favorites are the teams that kind of the coaches say they're the favorite until they're proven otherwise, which means Tenor and the GMC, they've got a lot of guys back, so they're favored there. They made it to the state semifinals last year, and they're one of the favorites again this year if things go as projected. NWAL, also in the GMC, we'll hit the rest of them. Ayersville should be in the running, and Wayne Trace, and Hicksville and Fairview should also be improved. So, you know, it's one of those on any given night kind of thing. Right. Everybody's got to come and be ready. Yeah. NWAL, Wauseon won last year, and again, they're the favorites, even though they lost a lot of good players that graduated. Swanton is considered one of the other favorites, as well as Delta. And maybe Liberty Center might be a little improved from last year to make a surprise showing or something. Outside of those two leagues, WBL, Wapakoneta, and Canton were 1-2 last year, and Wapakoneta's got a lot of good players coming up. They've got about over 100 kids in their top 4 grades. So,
man, that's a lot of kids.
That's a lot. So. And when you have a program building like that, that's bodes well for the present and future. And Canton, everybody knows about them. I won't touch on them. So.
Yeah, enough again.
Northwest Conference, Delphus Jefferson's won it the last couple of years, and they're probably the favorite there. So that pretty much hits most of the leagues.
All right. Well, Aaron, I got a question for you. You got Defiance coming off an 0-10 season, the first time ever Jerry Beauty has finished 0-10. What are the prospects for this year's Bulldogs? Can they get that win and build some momentum?
Oh, they're absolutely going to be better. I know. Entering this season, there's already a lot of optimism around the program. The senior class this year, led by quarterback Alex Gonzalez, receiver Jake Meyer, linebacker Noah Strasbaugh. There's a lot more optimism, I think, around the program. And after the way they lost to Napoleon last year, going down to the wire in a 49-43 shootout, they're motivated for this year. They'll win at least one game. I think maybe 2 or 3.
Oh, that's cool.
All right, Bruce, you cover the Wildcats. How are things looking for Coach Strock and things over Napoleon?
Well, last year they were 5-5 after a 4-0 start, so it was not the finish that Coach Strock likes, and I'm sure he let a lot of people in the program know that. And I know, like everybody, they're optimistic at this time of the year. But with 28 seniors, you know, that bodes well for, you know, potential of a good season as long as everybody, you know, can do their role, because obviously all 28 of them aren't going to start.
Right.
You know, he's hoping they had made the playoffs the 2 years prior, and you know, that's their goal, like it is every year. And you know, and one thing with your shirts, I know he would like the color of them. It's kind of
right. So that's for sure.
Coach Strock could really say some good things about that.
Great.
Well, Aaron, you heard Bruce talk a little bit about the Western Buckeye League. No easy trips for you when you're going on the road in the WBL. Your assessment of the league this year?
Well, last year was my first year on the beat. This year I didn't get so lucky. Drives to Canton, to Salina, to St. Mary's are on the docket. So that'll be That'd be fun for the old 2001 Malibu. As far as the league, really the main guys that they talked about, Wapak and Kenton, even OG, all three of them have lost double digits in Letterman. But I think they're all still going to be. There's a lot of talent coming back. Jerry Beauty's talked about it, and I'll talk about it. I think he's right. There's a dark horse, I think, to finish in the top half of the league, and that's Van Wert. 3-7 last year, 18 Letterman coming back this year. Wow. Their quarterback, their running back. I know Coach Beauty and the Bulldogs don't want to hear much about it. I think they ran for over 450 yards between the quarterback and the running back against the Defiance last year. But there's a lot of talent in Van Wert, and I think that's Coach Recker said that's the best team he's had since he's got there in 2012. So maybe, Wapak and Kenton will be, I think, battling it right up to the top, because those are two defenses I'm glad I don't have to face.
Well, Crescent-News readers will get the chance to read all about these teams in the football edition that's going to be coming out Wednesday. Isn't that correct, Bruce?
That's correct. Come out Wednesday, and right now we're about 2/3 done with it. We've got Lynn Groves working hard on it right now while we're here enjoying things here at Frickers. So it's a good thing Lynn's there doing a good job on it.
Yeah, we'll eat a wing for you, Lenny.
Yeah, that's the least we can do.
Yeah, we got your back.
Yeah. Well, that's our special preseason edition of the Tim and Chuck Show. For this week, we will be back to preview the Napoleon Defiance game next week. Eat a few more chips here at Frickers and have some fun. A thank you to Frickers for this spread today, and to Batten Stevens Body Shop, our title sponsor. We will see you next week.